Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? What if everything you believe is a carefully constructed illusion? Consider the possibility that we live in a matrix, not in the literal sense of the film, but in a metaphorical one. This matrix is woven from the threads of media, technology, and societal pressures, shaping our perceptions and influencing our choices. This essay will explore the concept of a metaphorical matrix, examining how external forces subtly control our lives. By understanding these mechanisms, we can begin to question the narratives presented to us and reclaim our ability to think critically. By acknowledging the potential for manipulation, we empower ourselves to see through the veil of manufactured consent and navigate the complexities of the 21st century with greater awareness. The media plays a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of the world. From news outlets to social media platforms, we are bombarded with a constant stream of information, often curated to promote specific narratives. This information overload can make it challenging to discern fact from fiction, leaving us vulnerable to manipulation. One of the primary ways media influences us is through agenda setting. By selectively highlighting certain issues and downplaying others, media outlets can shape public discourse and influence our priorities. The rise of social media has created echo chambers where individuals are primarily exposed to information that confirms their existing beliefs. These online spaces can reinforce biases and limit exposure to diverse perspectives, further distorting our perception of reality. By critically evaluating sources, seeking out diverse perspectives, and questioning the information presented to us, we can begin to deconstruct the narratives that shape our understanding of the world. Technology, once hailed as a tool for liberation, has in many ways become an instrument of control. From the smartphones we carry to the surveillance systems that monitor our movements, technology permeates every aspect of our lives. One of the most concerning aspects of technology is its ability to collect and analyze vast amounts of personal data. Every click, every search, every interaction online leaves a digital footprint that can be used to create detailed profiles of our habits, preferences, and beliefs. This information can then be used to target us with personalized advertising, influence our voting patterns, or even predict our future behavior. Social media platforms, video games, and streaming services are engineered to keep us engaged, exploiting our brain's reward systems to create a cycle of dependence. This constant stimulation can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected from the physical world. Limiting screen time, being mindful of the information we share online, and seeking out opportunities for digital detox can help us regain control over our technological consumption. Humans are social creatures, hardwired to seek belonging and acceptance within a group. While this desire for connection is natural and healthy, it also makes us susceptible to social pressure and conformity. This pressure to conform can manifest in subtle and overt ways, influencing our beliefs, behaviors, and even our sense of self. From a young age, we are taught to follow rules, obey authority, and conform to societal norms. This conditioning continues throughout our lives, reinforced through social institutions such as schools, workplaces, and religious organizations. The fear of social isolation or rejection can be a powerful motivator, leading individuals to suppress their true beliefs or conform to groupthink. To resist the pressure to conform, it is essential to cultivate a strong sense of self and develop the courage to express our individuality. Surrounding ourselves with people who value open-mindedness and critical thinking can provide a supportive environment for challenging societal norms and embracing our authentic selves. The idea of societal control is not new. History is replete with examples of governments, institutions, and individuals employing various methods to shape public opinion and maintain power. From propaganda and censorship to surveillance and coercion, the tools of control have evolved, but the underlying principles remain remarkably consistent. In the 20th century, totalitarian regimes provided stark examples of the dangers of unchecked control. Through propaganda, censorship, and the suppression of dissent, these regimes were able to maintain power by controlling the flow of information. Even in democratic societies, mechanisms of control can be subtle and pervasive. By studying historical examples of societal control, we can gain a deeper understanding of the tactics employed and the potential consequences of unchecked power. This awareness can help us identify and challenge contemporary manifestations of control, safeguarding against the erosion of our freedoms. In our modern consumerist society, we are often led to believe that we have an abundance of choices. We are bombarded with advertising messages touting the latest products and services, each promising to enhance our lives in some way. However, this perception of limitless choice can be illusory, masking the underlying systems that shape our preferences and limit our options. The concept of manufactured consent suggests that powerful institutions often rely on subtle means to maintain control. By shaping public opinion through media, education, and other cultural institutions, these entities can manufacture consent for their agendas. This manipulation can be so pervasive that we often fail to recognize it as such. To break free from the illusion of choice, we must develop a critical awareness of the forces that shape our desires. By questioning the messages we are bombarded with, researching alternatives, and supporting businesses that align with our values, we can reclaim our autonomy and make choices that reflect our true preferences. In an age of information overload and pervasive media influence, critical thinking skills are more important than ever. Critical thinking involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and forming independent judgments. It is a process of active engagement with information rather than passive acceptance. One of the key elements of critical thinking is the ability to identify and deconstruct logical fallacies. By learning to recognize common fallacies, we can avoid being swayed by misleading arguments and make more informed decisions. Another important aspect of critical thinking is media literacy. This involves developing the skills to critically analyze media messages, identify biases, and evaluate the credibility of sources. By engaging in thoughtful discussions, seeking out diverse perspectives, and challenging our own assumptions, we can sharpen our critical thinking abilities and become more discerning consumers of information. Escaping the metaphorical matrix does not require a dramatic awakening or a rejection of technology and society. Instead, it involves cultivating awareness, questioning assumptions, and taking steps to reclaim our autonomy. By recognizing the subtle ways in which external forces shape our perceptions, we can begin to see the world with greater clarity. One powerful step towards reclaiming our perceptions is to cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment, noticing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. Another important step is to diversify our information sources. Instead of relying on a handful of mainstream media outlets or social media echo chambers, we can seek out independent voices and alternative perspectives. This broader exposure can help us develop a more nuanced understanding of complex issues and challenge our own biases. Navigating the complexities of the 21st century requires a discerning eye, a critical mind, and a willingness to question the narratives presented to us. The metaphorical matrix, woven from the threads of media, technology, and social conformity, can subtly shape our perceptions and influence our choices. However, by cultivating awareness, developing critical thinking skills, and taking steps to reclaim our autonomy, we can break free from its grip. The goal is not to live in a state of paranoia or distrust, but to approach the world with a healthy skepticism. By embracing our capacity for critical thought, we empower ourselves to navigate the labyrinth of reality with greater awareness. The journey of self-discovery and the pursuit of truth are ongoing processes. By embracing the principles of critical thinking, mindfulness, and a willingness to challenge the status quo, we can create a more conscious and fulfilling existence. Ultimately, the question is not whether we live in a matrix, but whether we choose to be active participants in shaping our own realities.